Good morning. I am so proud of this group. You are on time, and 50% of you are already here. Wow, great. Hello, everyone.
Morning, Precious.
Good morning. Let's just check in, and then after checking in, we will then go through today's program. Then today's program, we basically are taking that one important goal and we're analyzing it, and we are looking at the things that we need to put in as layers so that we can then pull actions that are going to help us on daily basis to create and change a lifestyle that suit the goal that we want. So that's a purpose for today, and it's just one goal. And I'm also going to go through a content that I realized that last time I was repeating myself over. So I thought I will have a recording that I will play for you. And then you will, after 30 minutes, I think 33 minutes, you will then, we come back and then discuss one of you guys' goals, or we can actually make it two depending on the time. So we have more than 1.5 hours for this. So that should be enough. And yeah, let's check in then. Petole, how are you doing?
I am fabulous. I cannot complain. Yeah, with the weather just messing up my production, I will be okay.
Great. So tell us what has worked, what has not worked, what are you struggling with, and where are your success coming?
Well, what has worked is that so initially beginning in the start of the year, I told myself that every Wednesday I was gonna go chill at the park just to clear my mind and not do anything. So normally I would do it on Wednesdays just to make sure that I gather my thoughts very well and plan very well. It has worked, but along the way, I dropped the bomb. I dropped the ball due to just work overwhelming me. But yeah, so I've been struggling with just planning and also executing my plans. So that has been my biggest stumbling block, and also just learning how to communicate. It has also been one of the hardest thing to do for me as well. So yeah, that's the whole thing that has been happening.
So when the work is overwhelming you, what tools do you have other than going out on Wednesday to just think through things? What else do you have in your toolbox?
So when just work gets overwhelming, I just leave things just like that, and yeah, and then
doesn't that
become
disempowers you and also becomes bigger?
Yeah, it does. It does. It's something that I've been dealing with for the past 5 years. Yeah, I saw it when I was doing my honors, and yeah, it has been something that has been what is just holding me back. Yeah. So I mean, like most of the things, there's a lot of things that I need to do right now, but I'm more of a catch-up game rather than a planning game. You understand?
Yeah, being
So
on
I'm
top
always
of
on the
things.
catch-up.
Being on
Yeah,
top
I'm
of
always
things. So
yeah, I'm always on the catch-up.
just for a second, it then will mean, based on what I'm hearing and my understanding, we are more likely also to be prone to depression or to feeling down,
I
because
wouldn't say
you
depression,
also
but
drive
feeling down.
yourself quite hard in pushing yourself. So when you're not seeing
Yes.
the results, then you're not going to feel so good about yourself.
Yes.
Okay. So I think there is a possibility that you are doing planning and you do think things through, check if, one, you are not putting too much on your plate. Number two, reduce then what you are putting on your plate. Prioritize. Ask yourself, if I don't do this, is something bad gonna happen? If something is not bad is not gonna happen, then move it. So that, because what you have been doing, you're putting too much pressure on yourself, and that stress is gonna build up on your muscles, your body, and even in your brain, because then you won't be able to think clearly. So reduce the things that you are doing on your list of your to-do list, and on daily basis, reflect. Ask yourself, what did I learn? What can I do differently? What was good? What was not so good? That is going to give you perspective at the end of the day. Then you plan your day before. After you've done that daily reflection, you then plan your day better the following day, because you are taking the lessons from the previous day. When you're saying it has been going on for almost 5 years, it also indicates at some point you're gonna break. At some point you're gonna have symptoms of someone losing it. So you're gonna therefore have to manage it. Pulling also toolkits. So that is now on planning, but you also need to pull up toolkits for stress relievers. So, and it could be maybe running, it could be walking or whatever, but try to see what you can do physically to release the stress on your body. But also sleep long hours. Maybe consider even having a day where you say, I won't touch anything, I'll sleep, resting, so that your body and your mind can just get a breather. Those are the tools that I think Petule can actually be able to assist. There is a possibility that you were using them, or you are using them now and again. Make those tools to be your daily thing. You will see your productive increase.
Okay.
Hi, Esther. How are you
Okay.
doing? Pamela, who's ready? Thank you so much for sharing, Petule. Hester, hi.
Good morning, Precious. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm glad to hear that you sound more healthier than the previous session.
I know. I almost died of flu. I didn't know flu can be that bad. How are you?
Shame, but you managed very well, eh?
I tried.
I am very well.
Work is work. How are you
shame.
doing?
Yes, it's true, eh? I'm
How
very well, thank you. I am.
What's not working?
Okay, at this stage now, I've restructured my whole business. I'm delegating more specific duties to certain staff members to be more productive. So I'm trying to not try and control every aspect of the business and wearing myself out. So I am sleeping better. I have a little bit of more time for myself, and I'm actually putting more trust in my employees.
Oh, wow.
I'm still struggling to get the project managers. Yeah, the men working for us, we are still struggling to get them to do their paperwork, which is detrimental because I've got to now do a final business plan. So I'm having struggles putting my business plan together. The reason being, before COVID, we were a young startup company. We only started in September 2019, and we only had one season basically in December for our maritime tourism section. And then obviously COVID hit just before Easter weekend, so we had to cancel all our clients for Easter weekend in the tourism sector. But what COVID has taught us is to diversify. So we brought in new we did a lot of research in the almost 2 years of lockdown, and we've developed an aquaculture home-based system that we will be placing in rural areas.
Oh, wow.
So that the ladies looking after their grandchildren can actually have a small space in their yard with their own aquaponic system consisting of chicken, fish, and vegetables, so that they can start their own little businesses.
Great.
So our model is finished.
Before you continue, so that I don't forget some of the keynotes. So the project managers that you have, they are struggling to do the admin, and that puts a pressure now even on you, because when you are pulling information you don't have from their side. Have you considered and done a training with them? Have you done training with the project managers just to put them in one room and say, here's what we're trying to do, here's how it's going to help what we're doing, here's what we need you to do? Have you tried to do that?
Yes, we've had meetings. The only problem that we've got at this stage, the two guys are very technical orientated. So they're very good in I can explain to you also, with our aquaponic systems, we've started a black soldier fly and a superworms farming project for food waste management, because that's one of the big issues in our country. Now, these guys are implementing these systems, but it's very technically orientated. So they've got it in their heads how the system is working. But to get them to put it down on paper so that I can present it in a pitch and in a business plan.
Yeah, it's gonna get more difficult when you are expanding, because if you are intending to almost like mini franchise this, you're gonna do it with the written systems. That is how business is built. So while I understand that they're coming from technical, there gotta be some sort of a middle ground. So I think you also need to consider actually putting their performance agreement to have a majority of the component of documented this, because you want to scale your business. If you want to scale your business, you're not going to be able to do it if it's not documented down.
That's correct. That's what I need to concentrate
they
on.
Understand, that is for sure. You'll start saying, pull up the books that you studied as your guideline to start documenting. But you must put deadlines and say, if this is not done in terms of performance agreements, you will not be paid this. You can actually even structure bonuses around these key objectives. And then you say, these are the business objectives that we have set as an organization. We are not going to grow when we run organizations like this, because you can't have a technician everywhere, but you will have one technician who support a lot of different people to then assist. But those people must be given a manual on how to run things properly and correct. So that is gonna need to put on your ground. Because you want to grow your business to be an international acclaimed organization, which means even when you get your accreditation like ISO standard, SAP, things need to be written down. How are you gonna do that when you actually were not documenting right now when things are starting? For your scaling strategy, you have no option. The individuals involved have to know we don't have you might as well don't even start if you're not going to be able to scale.
Okay, it's not.
She will be back.
Yo, guys, the network where I'm at is so bad. It keeps on kicking me out. You already even got a backup, but it's still kicking me out. Apologies.
No worries.
No problem.
Esther, are you with me? So
yes,
the dreams you have are big. Your dreams you have can solve the problems we have: hunger, a shortage of food, and can solve really core problems that we have. But that won't happen if you don't have systems. Um, my suggestion also, start asking yourself, what will be your scaling strategy? How would you scale? Have a look at places like Franchise South Africa. See, they provide with templates and things where they're saying you can start, how you can start actually franchising a business, so that you know that your exit strategy is selling that franchise.
That's an excellent plan. Thank you very much for that, Precious.
Great. I will include, I will actually, while because I am going to have about 20, 30 minutes free time while you guys are listening to the audio that I have recorded, and pull in that information for you, Hester, to then a link which will then help you to see how you would structure your manual for your franchise.
Oh, that's excellent. Thank you so, so much.
Great. But I'm so glad you're finding more time to rest. You're delegating more. Make sure though you are building up system for supervisory, where you're spending maybe 30 minutes once a week with one of each employee at an individual level, not just on meeting, but at an individual level, to just create a rapport, but also pick up what they are concerned or which areas they are struggling with. That will actually help you to improve even your confidence in those individuals, but also it allows you to know what are their areas of weakness, so that you manage based on the weaknesses that you already know and they know also they need to work on.
Thank you very much, Precious. I will definitely do that.
Great. Thank you so much for sharing. Pamela, how are you doing?
Great, thanks, Precious. Morning, everybody else in the group as well.
Yes, tell us
Um,
what is working, what is not working, and how can we be of assistance?
okay, so what is working is I'm taking in everything I'm learning so far from B to L. I'll take for example, last week we had um the group meeting, and during that meeting I picked up an entrepreneur who is good at what I'm not good at. So one thing I struggle with after setting goals is continuous monitoring and keeping to those goals, because I get lost in the day-to-day running of the business. She's good at keeping goals and sticking to it. So I asked her, do you mind if we just start a group together and we can share ideas on how you can benefit me, etc. And I can also share my skills with you. And it's working very well,
Oh,
The
yeah.
other thing, I know, I was like, oh, I'm using as much of this as I can, and it's so nice to, to have fellow entrepreneurs who are willing to share, and also what they're good at. And then you can also share what you're good at. And then another thing that I'm doing is I finally sat down and started doing my processes, ne? But I'm doing, that saying how to eat an elephant is by step by step. So
Mm,
every day I do one process, even if it's just one part of a process. But if my goal is to ensure I have processes in my company when I'm done, that's the goal. We spoke about this. I have to change my habits on a daily basis.
yeah.
So one of my habits is I need to have 1 hour every day where I work on my processes. Because what made me fail was I wanted to do all my processes all at once, you
Ooh.
know. Whereas if I'm doing it step by step, now I had this process that I implemented. It was magic when the employee actually did it. And I'm like, she did it the way I've always wanted her to do it. The reason why she couldn't do it the way I always wanted her to do it was because it was all in my head. And I was like, why can't she just do it this way? did it.
Oh,
And I
wow.
was like, wow,
It
you know.
doesn't feel like a relief also to you, the pressure of actually having to be the one who's doing these things yourself all the time?
It's amazing. It's amazing. And it also gives them the freedom to know that they are doing things the way I want them done. You know, they can do it better, obviously, but my minimum, the standard I set is the minimum. They can come up with better ways, which is
Great,
awesome,
yeah.
but at least I know that the standard
It's
has been put in place, and
yeah.
I needed to do that. They can't do that, you know. So yeah, yeah, I'm
Great.
getting there. So my
What
challenge
else?
is
Yeah, on the challenge, sorry.
my challenge is I can see my goal. My goal is to get 30 additional clients. Né? I can see the goal. It is possible. I just don't have the how, you know.
Okay. Do you have a
So that's what I
customer
still need to
profile?
work on. Yeah,
Do you have a customer
I
profile?
do.
Who's your customer
I
profile?
do. So it's business owners. Okay, so I'm an accountant now. So I'm looking for business owners who, one, are not startups. So, okay, let me tell you what I'm looking for. I'm looking for business owners who have an income of more than 1 million, because they need
Great.
to be registered,
Yeah.
right? And they are big enough to be able to afford an accountant, but not big enough to afford an accountant in-house.
Okay.
So, and then also they have an admin person, meaning that they do their day-to-day
Bookkeeping.
invoices, etc. And we come, yes, bookkeeping, and
You
we
are the
come in
accountant,
on
you are
a
not a
weekly basis.
bookkeeper.
No, yes, exactly.
Okay,
Exactly.
great.
You know, it took me a while to figure that profile.
I'm sure it did. Okay, so the number of years the business operating, do you have a specific?
No.
Do you have a specific in terms of business, the owner being having a specific education level?
No.
Okay, you're gonna pick up a trend on those two matters, that you are more likely to get a business if it's above 1 million turnover. It's more likely to be a business that has been existing more than 3 years. You will also pick up a trend that a business where someone has more than just matric, they have also postgraduate. You will pick up that those are more likely also to have been running for more than 3 years. Of course, there will be outliers from time to time, but in most
Yeah.
instances, that should be included also in your customer profile. Test it even with your current client to solidate your customer profile. Also remember, what are the top reasons business fail? When you look at the top 20, even top 10 reasons why business mostly fail, especially within the South African context, is business skills, it's financial management, including cash flow, and access to money. So you then gonna really need to make sure that when you are even screening your clients, you are double checking those three things so that you are proactive in helping them, but also when you cannot help them, you assist them to find some help. Because remember, when they are not stable, you also not gonna be stable. When that business die, you also gonna die. That's the biggest challenge being a consultant or an accountant in this space. Your life 100% depends on your customers, and you don't make money from clients that you've just enrolled. The first 6 months of the client in the lifetime, you lose money because you are putting a lot of systems and processes in. But only start making money after 6 months. Then, which means you're gonna need to also figure out how you're gonna train the admin. So you might actually end up creating a course for admin for your clients, and create regular trainings for update based on what you have picked up. I can assist you to set those up, but I will charge you because I've done it. I now see the
I
other
need them.
day you were saying, Precious, I finally found someone who's gonna mentor me. Now I see why you were saying. When you have created that system, so the first thing also that you're gonna need to do is to take that business admin checklist that I've given you. Get your office administrators to update it. Get your client to use it.
Got
Because
it. Got it.
all
You
of
know, the other thing.
are gonna help to make it easier for your team when they are doing the work. Also, look at all your
Yeah.
processes and see what can be automated. I promise you, 90% of the things that you are doing can be automated, but they can only be automated after you have put the process and systems at the beginning with the client.
Agreed.
Okay,
So you know what? Yeah, the challenge that I think I'm slowly starting to find a solution for is I don't know where my client hangs out, you know, and
is that possible? Come on. I will tell you where your clients hang out.
you know, I wasted so much time and money and energy on Facebook, you know, and that's when I realized, and I think that's how I got to create my client persona is I guess some things you really have to learn on the job, you know, because obviously they will tell you this. You need to do your research and but some things you really have to learn, and that's how I got to defining who my target client is by the lessons. I'll call them that. So I've gone into LinkedIn, and the response has been incredible. Within a month, I've had 3 clients from there, and these are people I have never met. You know, I think I'm an old school, so I still find social media as people are not gonna trust me, and people do. You know, so I think I also need to get out of my way and really just go head on.
Okay, so then your sentence when you started, you say, I don't know where to find my client. You've already found your client. Your client is on LinkedIn. Your client is on Twitter, not Facebook.
Really.
Facebook, you will find your clientele in groups. And that is where you will find them. So you will find a specific industries, graphic designers or web designers. Those are your target clients. You could also collaborate with them. The chances are a person who wants to have a website is also going to be a person who wants to actually set up their finance. Don't
True.
position yourself as an accounting firm, position yourself as a finance. So, which means expand your network with also people who are financiers, i.e., people that finance either short term or long term. Just expand your network, because what will also happen, those people, when you have connected with them, they will also refer you clients. You will not be able to build a business by you only being the person who's marketing your business.
Got
Okay.
it.
So you do have a copy of my book.
I do.
On step 4 of the book, I have outlined finance financial management, corporate finance, all those things, bookkeeping and accounting. Really look at that and see how you should be positioning your business. Really look at that
I will.
circle. There's a circle that I've done showing the difference between all those layers and the role those layers play. Do not play only at the accounting level, play at the financial management level, play at a corporate finance level, play at a finance as a whole.
Mhm.
Okay.
Got it.
And good
And I will take you up, Precious, on that offer with regards to training admin and the fee as well that you mentioned.
Great. Okay. After the program, I'm so overwhelmed, guys.
I can imagine.
It's like,
Thank you so much.
yeah. Okay. Ooh, the group, this group, amazing. Okay. Who else we haven't spoken? Guys who are checking in, what's working, what's not working, where are you succeeding, and what would you like us to assist with? Because I'm gonna move to Vincent. Hi, Vincent.
Yes. I was Precious.
Ninja and
Nkhona njani ma?
Siapil. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, but a little bit stressed, but I can see I'll get there.
Okay, what is stressing you?
Clients. The problem is my business. My business is it's a seasonal business. It's not working during winter. I'm taking photo and videos. You see now people are wearing jerseys. They can't take pictures anymore. They're waiting for September for home so that they can.
Okay.
You understand? So
Yes.
that's the first problem that I got.
Okay.
So and then the marketing as well.
Okay.
Remember last time we said, okay.
Okay. So you have a skill in photography, right?
Yes.
What other skill that is related to photography can you actually have? A skill and a knowledge, an additional skill that is complementary to photography.
Okay. I can do videography as well. I can even do some internet shop if possible.
Okay. So my question basically
Hello?
is, yes, no, I'm here. My question basically is, Vincent, when we are finding ourselves not busy as entrepreneurs, that's an opportunity for us to learn and grow. You could then find a complementary course that complement your photography and grow that by learning in Google, IBM, Udemy, so many places that you can actually learn and go and just immensely use that opportunity for you to actually build yourself up on that skill. And then with the aim that that skill can also then be built in for you to create a new product or services. You could also do projects. So projects are basically when you actually maybe your previous clients that have come to you, you can resell them certain things. For example, an album. You can subscribe to something which is called digital album, where you then will say to someone who is maybe getting married or having lobola and say, I would like you to actually have a digital library, because you know these phones, they get lost or whatever happens with the phones. But that allows you to create this, which can be accessible to families and stuff, not just on the social media, but what it does, it consolidates all the pictures that the people have on all platforms, and you can sell that to clients. You can also look at what other things that you can create People usually also have frames. They buy frames and put these frames in their homes. These days, there's even digital frames. There's 3D frames, you know, the ones that when you put it this side, it looks different. When you look at it in another side, it looks different. That can also be people's pictures. So it's really about using an opportunity when it's all quiet to say, what skill can I learn that will help me to make more money? Can I use this time to grow myself and create a new product? Can I look at the current clients and then I will then build up the network to make sure that when it's my season, when I'm busy, at least there are products that I am selling. So it's really about also diversifying between products and service, because photography is also service.
Yes, I'm
I hope
listening.
that gives you enough ideas.
No, I can get that, and thank you for that. And then maybe I'll try and be on the pipeline.
Yes, so just think about it, just expand your mind and ask yourself, consider also even creating even or starting this, having a new skill altogether, a total different skill or a complementary skill to photography. That will also assist, so that when you are not busy, you actually have some work, you are keeping yourself productive, but that also in a long term will generate income. So in my type of business, when I'm not busy, I write, I create products, and I then I will either sell them or I will not sell them. I will wait until I have a client, but I use the time to create. I also use it to attend courses and stuff, so to grow myself in my profession and also in other areas. So that is what I would then suggest also for you, Vincent.
Yes,
Okay.
Dr. Bishop. I can even share something again. I was even thinking to quit from the business because it's not doing enough for me. I've registered a professional driving school. I've been accredited last year, November, for professional driving school. So even that business again, I'm having a challenge of how to do a marketing, because I'm staying at a village whereby people, they don't understand what was it all about.
Okay, but Vincent, which means you had started a business without doing a feasibility on what is possible in that area. My suggestion is consider partnering with a high school in running your driving school.
Okay.
Kids above, I think 16 or 18 in South Africa, 16 years old,
Yeah.
can actually learn to drive. You could also find out you'll do, but also you will need to consider in terms of finding out if that school, your high school, does have a driving lesson. Can you partner? You can also talk to the school governing board and find out, but that would be the best way of doing it. Or find out if there's a college or a university close by within your area. And that is how you will then be able to build up your business.
No, understand that one. It can work for me. I can see.
Yes, but it really, you gotta need to think about it and go where most people in that area, where you have more possibility of getting clientele, and that is with the young people than with older people. You could also find out in maybe 30 years, offer discounts for 30 years in terms of learners and so on, help them even to prepare. with an aim that they will then also, once they've got their learners, you will then have the driving school and so on. So maybe also check with Department of your local licensing school and find out how other licensing schools are actually looking, or driving lessons school actually work. The aim, though, Vincent, is not to diversify so much that you are not able to use your core skill or your passions. So really be careful, guys, when you want to diversify, you end up going off the grid, like what Vincent has just mentioned. Be careful about that. So let's just say, take maybe Pamela. Pamela is an accountant. She wants to diversify. It would be better if she diversify by being a digital marketer. Why? Because the target of the digital market is same as a target of someone who's looking for accountants or people in finance. So diversify, but diversify within the same market, so that, or within the same market or within the same skill, so that you can use that skill you're not starting from scratch. It takes a while to build network and business, let alone when you're moving to a total new market altogether. Not unless obviously you realize there is no way your business can make it, and then you want to move altogether. So, which I generally also again say to people, do it gradually, so over time. Thank you so much for sharing, Vincent. Let me move to Geniwe. It's so many of us today, so we're gonna need to move fast. Geniwe, we're checking in what's working, what's not working, and I'm gonna help where I can. If not, I will try to find somebody to help. Did we lose her? We did. We lost her. Or did she run away? Okay, Khomotso, please come through. We're checking in, Khomotso.
Hello, hello.
How are you?
I'm fine, and yourself?
Good. What's working, what's not working? Where do you need help? How have you been?
Currently I'm using the equipment that I find wherever I DJ. So what currently, I wouldn't say it's not working, but what I'm still in the waiting process for is the equipment.
Okay, so when I mean what's working, what's not working, is in relation to the suggestion, the workshops that you have been running, but also on your material.
No, I understand everything so much. Everything is working.
Is fine. What actions have you been focusing? What are the things that you have been changing in your business?
Taking my business digital.
Okay, what business are you in?
Thing is, I was an intern real estate agent, so I can't start my own agency. I need to first complete my 24 months, then I can get my FFC for my agency. For now, I can only get my FFC for myself. What I'm doing currently is events, so I can push the number of my business is registered, and while I'm still working on getting my FFC for my agency.
Ah, okay. Okay,
Yes.
great. Thank you for sharing, Khomotso. Katleho, hi.
Sure.
Katleho, hello.
Hi everyone.
How are you?
I'm fine this morning. I hope everyone is okay as well.
We are good. What's working, what's not working?
I think for me, the main challenge that I've been having is I haven't been able to give my business the time that it needs because I have a job and things have been a bit hectic for me at work. So it's a bit of challenge for me, and I think uh, I don't know what to do actually, whether to quit my job and focus on my business, but I have to
No. Do you have
set my
family?
budget.
Do
Sorry,
you
yes, I do. I do have a daughter.
Okay. So when you have family, you really have to think twice. I think
Yeah.
there will be there is times when you are busy at work. There will be time when you're not
Yeah.
busy at work, right?
Yes, yes.
What you need to do is to figure out when you are busy, what's the bare minimum would you need to spend in your business? Is it 1 hour or 2 hours? 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour in the afternoon, which is it? Or is it just 30 minutes or whatever case it may be? And as long as you have done that based on that time that you have set on yourself, then you should be fine. It's also
Yeah.
about prioritizing what are the things that are the most important right now in my business. If you are working and you have extra money, you can also buy the stuff that needs to be done instead of you doing it. So you get someone to do those things.
Yeah. Actually, that's because I've been doing everything on my own. So I was actually thinking of maybe I should get somebody that I can delegate to the stuff from my business so that she or he can help me with other things.
Yes, but just make sure whoever that you are bringing on board, if the business is not generating income yet, that is clear on how the reward will work. But you should also consider whether you are bringing someone as an employee or as a partner or both, and how will that work?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you for sharing. Kumnandi, hi.
I think
Kumnandi, hi. Are you able to give us some small, tiny feedback? How is it going? Okay, Franz. Okay, Keniwe. You got kicked out by Sister
Hi.
earlier. Hi, how are you?
Yes. I'm good, and you?
I thought you were running away. Because you got disconnected.
No, I'm here.
No problem. What's working for you? What's not working?
I'm in the business with Mway, where we're selling different type of products, supplements, and cleaning reagents.
Okay.
And with that, for me, it can work because I don't have to register a business, and I don't have to. Yeah, I don't have to buy the stock. It's either you introduce the business to someone to say, okay, this is the opportunity, and I'm not the only one who's going to benefit. Even the person that you introduce the information, he or she's going to benefit because of when you're buying the product, even for your home, you get a discount. I mean, 20 to 30%. And you don't really have to have an extra budget for that, because this is the budget that you have for each and every month to buy handy, to buy dishwasher, to buy laundry products.
Hang on, hang on. So, okay, so that's your business model, your network marketing business. How is it going?
Is going, but is going slowly, because the people doesn't grasp the concept of you switch and save. Like, instead of buying at Pick and Pay, you're buying from your company where you get a discount.
Yeah,
And
but
also
have you done the analysis? Let me give you my feedback on that.
Yes.
The business model of network marketing does not work in the market like ours, because when you compare the Amway products, these products are 3 to 4 times the price of a normal retailer. And number two, the margins or the profits that you make is not enough. I think it's close to 30% to 35%, right?
Yes,
the
but
commission that you get. You
yes,
only start
but
making money when you are moving maybe on a 3rd-tier layer. That is when, and by then that is like into 4 or 5 years, right? Of doing this. So if I was you, I will really analyze the customer profile or the person, the people that I'm targeting, because of those 3 reasons that I've just outlined. So screening of people or people that you are gonna put in your team, in your network marketing, is what counts the most than just
yes,
recruiting people. Because in this current economic market conditions, I do not think it's a model that will work or that is sustainable. So just consider that. Just consider that.
but can I add something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead.
We did, yes, we did the comparison in terms of, let me do this, let me say this, in terms of the Amway handy Andy and the normal handy Andy that you buy at Pick and Pay or Clicks. The comparison that we did, it's much lower. You save. It's just that because of the products are concentrated, then you dilute, then you get more. Can I give you an example?
No, it's fine. I don't just do it. What I'm asking you in terms of comparison, don't do it on one product. Do it on the whole set. I made an example of a toothpaste. That's the one that I picked up. That yes, the size was bigger. Yes, but when you look at the pricing was totally out. Please keep in mind that the products that are on Amway don't have the brand that those other products have. So it's one thing is to convince a person to buy that, but it's another thing when that thing is actually smaller or more expensive. So there is a leveraging that you need to actually really think hard on how you're pitching things. So if I was you, I would do the full comparison. I will not just do only for a specific product, so that you can have a better pitch with people, but also you can have a better leverage in assisting them to see where exactly is going to be the saving, over what time, and what does that mean? How does that translate to real money value? But also talk to the right person, not just people who over time will actually get fatigued. They will need to actually be committed at least to over 3 years. Thank you, Kenny,
Anyways,
so much. I hope
I
you
hear
have
you.
great
Thank you.
support from your team leader, because this type of business does need a great support from a team leader. Hi,
Yes.
Franz and Sylvia, are you able to talk now? Sylvia, hi.
Yes. Hello. Hello.
Hi, we are checking in. We're almost done. Yo, we're running
I can
late.
hear you, but my signal,
Oh,
yeah,
no
my
problem.
signal is very bad. Can you
Okay,
hear
no,
me?
don't worry. Maybe just tap. Yes, we can hear you. Just tap on the chat box. I will then read it loud for you. Okay, Silva, are you able to talk now?
Yes, I am.
Okay, how is it going?
Yeah, no, my business is going very well. I'm selling live chickens to the vendors. So my problem is the price now because it's winter now. Chickens are very scarce and they don't grow as faster like summer. So the challenge that I'm having is that I'm going to different depots where I ask for assistance because if I don't have enough chickens. So the price with my colleagues, it's very high that you cannot even resell to the customers.
So you buy them as chicks and then you grow them and then you sell them.
Yes,
Okay.
but presently because they are not growing faster and people they need chickens every weekend challenge. So I'm going to other farmers to ask for assistance, but also their pricing is very high and most of the time I cannot afford their price because I'm not going to get a profit.
What about you increasing your price?
Yeah, the customers is a problem because if you tell them it's a problem. So yeah, that's my challenge now. But I've tried that, yeah, I've increased it, but yeah.
It reduces the demand.
Yes.
Or they go to somebody else.
No, they don't have somebody else because now it's winter. Everybody who's raising chickens this time is struggling.
So they rather not have the chicken.
They want them. They want them, but yeah.
If they want them, then they will need to buy it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yes.
and you are saying they don't have
Yeah.
much option but to buy it. So if I was you, I will
But
still
to buy it.
sell the chicken at the higher price as long as I'm making some profit.
Yes.
I think the way also you are interpreting it is to say that they won't buy or they don't buy, but at the same time, they don't have an alternative. You are saying they don't go away because they don't have options. So first of all, if I was you, I will rather just increase the price so that I can cover my operational expenses or at least break even. I will also then make sure that the customers that buy more than 2 or 3 chickens, I give them a better price. So, and that will then encourage.
So yes, I also do that. Yeah, I sell in bulk actually, 10 upwards, not one or one chicken.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
But then why stressing yourself? You should let the market dictate to you, not the other way around. I think you are fine and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
The biggest challenge you have is just the feeding. So Silva and Hester's hand is up. Please, Hester, come through.
Sylvia, that's exactly the reason why we started our Black Soldier Fly products. It's because the chickens, a lot of women rely on chicken, chicken products and buying and selling of chickens. But especially like you said in winter, the feed is very expensive and it doesn't contain enough proteins and vitamins to make the same growth in the chicken as during summertime when they can also eat, grass. They eat all the little creatures in the grass, which gives them that protein.
Okay.
So that's one of the reasons why we will be packaging dried larvae and maggots and stuff from the flies. You're welcome to drop me an email, or even take my number down, and then I can introduce you to this black soldier fly products. That's exactly why we are doing it. There's only one other company that does it in South Africa, and it's called Inseco, and they in Cape Town. And they've just secured $5 million funding to start a new plant. So that's our aim as well.
Okay.
So this is exactly the right product you need for your chickens, because it cuts the feed cost in half, and the protein is the highest protein you can ever get in chicken and fish feed.
Amazing.
Thank you very much.
Sounds amazing. Your business model, Silva, has to change for you to make more money. Thank you so much, Esther. Please, guys, exchange the numbers and follow up. Find out also if you can't be one of Hester's pilot, because Hester also is building up a franchise model business, which maybe because where are you based, Silva? You're in Mpumalanga?
I'm in Pretoria.
Pretoria. And Hester, you are in Cape Town, right? Go ahead, Hester.
Sorry, no, we're in the Eastern Cape.
Eastern
Cape.
Yeah,
we're in the Eastern Cape in East London, but our products is going to be, we're going to sell it, the whole of South Africa.
Okay, so maybe
it's also our home-based aquaponic system. Which contains at least 50 chickens, 100 fish, and there's 3 big containers for vegetable growth. So that's going to solve a lot of the ladies' problem with the feed as well, because we will give them a home-based system with black soldier flies as well, where they will grow their own larvae and maggots and everything for the feed.
Perfect.
So that's a big solution for the women entrepreneurs, specifically in the chicken business.
But it also solves the value chain. It's about being self-reliant. Right now, her business model is relying on other people. So that's a good.
That's correct. This is exactly why we have been building on perfecting this system. So it's a tank, a fiberglass tank that we supply. And inside that tank is 100 fish. And then there's a chicken coop for broilers on top that contains 50 chickens. And then there's vegetable, drums. I don't know how to explain it to you. I can actually send pictures of it. That contains the vegetables. So the chickens, you feed the chickens the black soldier fly, maggots and larvae, and that the chicken's excrement feeds the fish, and the fish's water runs through the vegetables. So everything is organic. Plus, you don't need special buy other food for your chickens or your fish. So the lady can she can sell it in her neighborhood. She can do eggs, she can do vegetables, or she can start her own sisenama there, where she does plates of food, or, there's a lot of options available. And this system has got a solar panel with a battery, which means it runs totally off the grid. There's no electricity needed. And it's a very small space. It's about 3 meters by 4 meters that you need. So it's 12 square meters in a yard that you need. We also supply a small JoJo tank and gutters onto the house. So we'll put a gutter on the house, and the water feed from the roof will fill the JoJo tank. So when they need to fill up the water for the fish tank, they will use from the JoJo tank and not municipal water that they have to pay for. So it's a complete system. And obviously the big problem for these small scale farmers is the feed, which we've also resolved now with our black soldier fly production.
Thank you so much, Esther. Petola's hand has been up for some time. Petola, please come through. Petrol, please go ahead. Your hand is up.
Yes. I've been hearing the ladies talking about their products, and I've also heard you were giving France Nyambi an advice. So yes. So one with the ladies, what's her name? The one that's doing aquaponics, Hester. So I just want to ask, am I allowed to ask questions? Am I allowed to ask her questions?
May I request that you ask question on the chat box since it's specific to her,
Okay.
and also exchange numbers with her so that you can also take it offline, because also we were running a bit of time. This is such a big group. Oh, you guys, all of you attended groups from other, like Silva was yesterday. She's attending this one. So, but it's a good thing. It's not a problem. I'm going to run that video that I had promised you guys. I will run.
That's fine.
So that then you see the notes that I've put in, and then yeah, please just
Okay.
hang on 1 second for me so that we can just finish that.
Okay.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, guys, for sharing. I really appreciate that, and thank you for being here. I'm just trying to get the video right now. It's the video that was on oh, I can't find it. That I did yesterday when I did the group one, because I realized I was repeating myself over and over. So okay, give me a second. I also hope you guys have downloaded the strategic. Oh no.
I put an opportunity because now it's time to ask.
Okay, entrepreneurs, just I'm struggling. Please hold on a second. I'm struggling to find the. I did post it though on a WhatsApp. All I need to do now is just to play it. It's 33 minutes. So actually it's about 20 something minutes. I'm gonna just okay. Please hold on a second. I didn't even have enough time to edit it and cut it and stuff. So bear with me. I'm gonna just. I have found it, but are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
But it's a wrong.
Yes, thank you.
It's a wrong screen. You are seeing a guy who was lying down. That's a wrong screen. Oh, the sharing can be a problem. Okay, better. Strategic planning form with that one important goal that you have selected. I'm gonna try and make sure that I move as fast as possible. So please stop me if I am. missing the title. Oh, there we go. Welcome. This is component number 1 for Finance Success Program within the program, which is Built to Last, is component number 1. It's an additional information. Just for those that just want to make sure that setting goals is never, ever going to be a problem, but focusing also on building up the systems around the goals, because we can all agree that setting up the goal is the easiest, is the nice part. The hard part is building up systems that are going to make sure that you achieve the goals that you have set. So last session we really focused on physical. It ended up feeling as though it's about weight loss, but I also then felt other entrepreneurs were disconnected with it because their goals was never health and physical. Their goals was really more about, I want to make more money. I want to actually have more clients. So I kind of felt when we are running the workshop, the group sessions, I will start with this and emphasize on it, why the physical is the most important goal. And I know you guys have already chosen what is yours. That's okay. Have that, which means if you've already had one which was not physical, you're going to need to add it in. Because even if you do not need to lose weight, you still need to actually do the physical part in terms of fitness. So you're going to need to actually check, am I healthy and fit? And that is important. And I'm going to show to you why that is important. So the benefit of exercise and physical health really reduces the risk of health diseases. It helps you to actually strengthen your muscles and your bones, but also it reduces your type 2 diabetic risk by 50%. It also helps you, obviously, to help to control the weight, but it improves your sleep. It also improves your energy. You see, as an entrepreneur, that's one thing you need is energy. It's always going and don't stop. And only rest, obviously, strategically. Even once a week resting, that should be fine because you're going to be physically healthy and fit. It also helps with dementia in terms of brain, and it also helps you to prevent cognitive decline. And that we need as entrepreneurs to always be alert. Why this is also very important, I think one of my coaches, Stephen, designed this life mastery blueprint where he speaks about goal and mind, purpose, which is why, the body, and the vision, which is what, the spirit. Please Google him, Life Mastery. That is the product. His name is Stephen. He has really taught me things that I struggle with. And I think because I was poor when I grew up, money and financial stability and security, I went with the Maslow. Maslow says you must have security, you must have food, And as I was reading it, I realized that as much as Maslow has been used in so many times, he doesn't have the best method. He doesn't have the best approach on how we should be prioritizing our lives and how we should be prioritizing our goals. And for me, after having listened to and attended so many workshops by Stephen, he is available on YouTube. I will include his link, his channel on this on the description on YouTube when I load this. You will really get to understand and really see the link. I only picked up this link very late. But what he suggests is that you need your vitality, you need your well-being, you need your energy. When that has been sorted, you will then move to changing your mind and how your mind and your thought work, including your beliefs and your mindset and your mentality. And that will also assist you to sort out issues relating to your emotional state, your feelings, how your emotional intelligence actually is getting worked up, but this will be fed by your energy, with your health and your fitness. What I have found about health and fitness for me has been, it gave me confidence. I had better self-esteem. I also had a clarity of mind, how my brain was functioning. I hardly have a brain fog, not unless I'm really tired. It also assisted me with boosting my self-concept, which I'm going to explain to you just now what that does mean. So it boosted my image. I also started improving the sleep because I was eating right and I was exercising. And most of the time, it didn't need to be a 2-hour session. And in most instances, just a minimum of 20 minutes exercise, just movement, just flexibility, and so on. And that helped me also with my energy. And I did see it even improving my emotions. So you're finding someone feeling down, you should be asking them, have you moved? Have you tried to actually jump, do 10 jumping jacks? So for like my kids, when I see that they have been visited by a depression bug, they're feeling down, I just tell them, do 10 jumping jacks, go and run, go and grab a glass of water, and so on. All the physiology, the movement, somehow disrupt how we actually process information, how we then think, but it also allows us to be able to really have an awareness of what is actually going on. So because I had a more stable emotion, I also saw that my productivity improved. Whereas at the beginning of my entrepreneurship, when things were not going well, like maybe I didn't get the client I wanted or the meeting didn't go so well, the following day, I literally did not want to wake up. I will just say, I don't want to wake up, I just want to sleep. Because it is difficult, our platform. It is difficult to actually press through when it comes to this. So I think that would also help, because the more stable you are on your emotions, the more also you're going to be stable in your productivity and follow through on your things that you need to do. So please have a look at Stephen, where I will include his best presentation based on his channel. So let's talk more detail about what do I mean about self-concept, which is also called self-perception. Well, how does that affect how we are and how we do things? So what I have found was the self-concept improved because my self-image, how I saw myself, also had improved. My self-worth also did improve. I charged what I was worth into the market because I valued myself. I also valued how I actually contribute to the world. But it also helped me to boost my confidence in who I wanted to be and how I wanted to be seen. And that, I think, is important. So really, self-concept has 3 dimensions. It has to do with the self-esteem, how one judge themselves, which is really about feelings. And it's really about how one perceives and understand oneself. That is also a self-image. How one sees themselves also applies there. And also how one person would like to be, which is ideal self. So the ideal self really is the best self. And I realized when I was paying attention in loving myself, and I take it as a self-care, because surely I can't take care of other things. I can't take care of my customers I can't take care of my suppliers, I can't take care of my employees until I learn to take care of myself first. And that is why this is important. That is why you have to start with your physiology, how you look. You have to love yourself so that when you are doing what you're doing, you will be doing that at that excellent level. Even if you don't have a weight problem, it's maintaining it. You gotta need to then do things that will help you physically to have this, because it will help with self-esteem, self-confidence, and even just your emotions and so on. I mean, as I said, these for me were the things that I experienced when I started really taking care of myself. So we now then, I hope I have convinced you that you gotta need to prioritize your health and fitness, and then we can then move to mind and beliefs and emotions. And I will run another session. There's a book that I'm finishing off where I actually talk about beliefs, how beliefs affect how we think, how we feel, and also our actions. And I hope that will also assist you. So I will be loading those through for you. Please mute yourself, guys. Remember, we are recording. Do you have any question? Let me just stop here for now. Do you have any questions before I move on to the other one? Okay, no question.
Oh, I'm fine.
Great. Okay, I will then proceed. So I need you guys, please note, this is not, we're not there, we're not doing simplified strategy yet. We are doing a strategic planning form, which is part of how to achieve goals, how to set goals and achieve them. So there is a difference. However, this is gonna help you to really get into building the systems that are gonna help you to achieve the goal that you're setting. So let's just say you have decided to make your most important goal, your second most important, since your first has to be your health and physical and fitness. So maybe it could say increase customers. What you need then though to do is to increase customers, specify the number. I will increase customers by 20 customers or 80 customers, and try to make it over time, like 6 months to 12 months, and then you can then break it down by month. I will increase working capital, which is the money that we use for cash flow. I will increase revenue, specify how much revenue. You will also need to specify in terms of working capital, by how much, right? And then reduce expenditure. Maybe you can use a percentage there and reduce expenditure by this. So that is the goals, and you've already you are now specifying them, you are making them smart by say increase to customers to 80, increase working capital, maybe 50,000, revenue increase. A revenue increase can be in percentage, or it can be, you can just say to maybe 150,000 per month, or to 200, or maybe to 500, whatever amount it is. Then you choose one, remember, one goal. It can't be all of these. One goal for one strategic planning form. So what do we mean when we say, what do you need to do? You're gonna need to go and do a research and find out what will it take to increase the customers? what will you need to do? So Moafi has selected that she's gonna go with strategic marketing, this digital strategic plan, strategic marketing plan. So maybe on that, if what is gonna need to do, she will then say, I would do paid strategies and also organic strategies. So already she has two on what she's gonna need to do. Maybe she then goes back and say, I'm gonna go back to my old customers or to my current customers and ask them to give me some testimonials or some reference, ask them to refer me to 2 or 3 people that they know. Maybe number 4 will be, I will actually identify a new customer profile. In this case would be, for example, HR specialists or placement agencies. And I will also, the last one could be, I will identify accountants that I see on their website have not included payroll, and see if I can't be their reference when they actually get clients, because there are accountants that don't do payroll. That so maybe that can help, but also I can target certain professional bodies where I can then submit my articles, so that people that are in those professional bodies can actually know that I do personal income taxes and assist them to actually manage their taxes. So maybe those are the things, Moafi, that I can think of that I can do if I was you. That is, what do you need to do? Does that make sense?
Makes a lot of sense.
Great. So you now have strategies. You now need to work out, how would you do it? So the first one was organic growth of the awareness of your customers, but also customer acquisition. So how would you do it? It might just mean I issue 2 articles. One article to my website, another article will be for, I have identified companies that publish articles relating to this topic, kind of thing. You could also find out another what to do or how to do it. You could also check based on the software that you are using, find out if you can submit the article to the software company that does that you are using, so that you are one of the contributors to their website because you are accredited by them. That will also help, because it then is positioning you as an expert in your in the app, plus also positioning you as an expert in this industry. So that maybe is an article, but on organic, it will also be posting. Maybe I can work out 5 things that I can post about, 1 or 2 lines per day that will be posting, and in that either educating people or also just sharing the information, or it could be just a quote but relating to payroll. It could be maybe top 5 mistakes people may make when they do payroll, top 5 problems that people do when they're doing IT 12, or it could be why SARS will return or you will not pay you, or it could be anything but relating to that, just to get people to be engaged and aware, and obviously also encourage them to share. It might also on this be maybe making sure that the website has a blog post that is optimized. I have clear keywords that I use even from doing the articles, but also when I am posting, so that my content is Googleable. So this I can maybe is how I will do it. But then for each of the strategy, I have to specify how would I actually do it. Okay. And when I say how would I do it, I also quantify how many of those things I will do. Okay. It's important to do that. So now I have done that. I know what I'm gonna be doing, how I'm gonna be doing. I now need to take that and say, what are the daily things that I need to do every day towards this goal? What are the routines that I'm supposed to be adopting and stick with no matter what? And those could be maybe social media posting, article writing daily. It could be 5 calls, cold calling, 5 emails to accountants, or it could be what else did I mention? So, but this I do every day. This is what I do every day. Then request. What am I gonna request? Who am I gonna request this to? Is it done or not done? So request, entrepreneurs, does not have to be, request could be, where do I need help, basically? So maybe Moakli does not know how to write an article, has never written an optimized article. She can actually then find someone who has done that and ask that person. Or she can actually, maybe she have seen someone who does social media posting. She can actually find that person if she can exchange a service or she can pay. Request is about looking within your network and saying, who do I know who can help me to achieve these actions quicker and faster? Now, for Moakli to achieve her goals, she's gonna need to change her lifestyle and routines. What are the new daily habits does she needs to have on daily basis? So daily habits for her will be retweeting stuff. Daily habits will be her making phone calls. Daily habits will be her actually having an affirmations about helping more people. Maybe it could be her having set targets that she works on daily basis, but also daily habit will be around her following up on the clients. Daily habits is things that will actually make you to become the person who's worth the goal you want to actually achieve. And then the other part she's gonna need to ask herself is that, what skills, what is the knowledge do I need to achieve this goal? And that will help. The last two that we're working on, you should be also, when you're asking yourself, what am I gonna do daily? It also means you're gonna need to ask yourself, do I need to spend time researching? Do I need to spend time networking? Because you see, if you're gonna need to do certain things on regular basis, you're gonna need to put it on the schedule. So this is slightly different than to have the daily new habit. This is now saying daily, do I take 10, 15 minutes researching and finding out my customers? What about confirming with the WhatsApp? What about confirming the services? what about me actually requesting testimonial? It's about what are the things that I can do every day that are going to improve how I do things and think about things. So maybe on the skills and knowledge, you've already identified those. Maybe you include that as your number 3 on to do daily. I'll spend 1 hour reading about 1, 2, 3, or I will spend 1 hour. So because skills and knowledge is really identifying it, but now putting it daily is now making sure that you are working towards improving the skill. The habits that you are doing is your routines that you need to actually do. So the stuff that you will be doing here, you will be doing daily. However, it can just be up to the point that you are feeling comfortable that you now have the skills and knowledge, you now have done sufficient research, and so that is how I will see it. And then this one, where we're talking about who are you gonna be accountable to, and that can be partners, coaches, mentors, and also mastermind groups. So any of those is fine. I mean, right now I have created a relationship with someone on Twitter that I've never met my entire life, and we are holding each other accountable. It doesn't have to be someone that you know, it can be someone you don't know, someone that you have found. The aim is that build accountability based on your personality, based on what you think and believe in relation to you knowing yourself. That is why it's also important to reflect every day. What are the things that have stopped me to achieve my goals? Did I do enough? If I didn't do enough, what can I do to improve? So that's the end of it, entrepreneurs. Are there any questions? Okay, I will stop here. Moashi, I used your example. Does that help?
Yes, this helped me a lot.
Okay, team, we have finished. I just played the recording. I needed to take time to complete your form and then also share, and then we can see how we can help you. Kumnandi is saying, I've always been having the same view about Maslow of hierarchy. That is so true. Maybe one day we shall share the notes. Kumnandi, I felt the same, that it really did not help me to prioritize in terms of the things that I need to work on. You're saying we need to identify the dimension of the elements of self-image. Okay, so Kumnandi, what I'm saying is that how you treat yourself and not prioritizing yourself affect the way you look and do and see things. So it's important for us as entrepreneurs to understand that the self-care is important. It will address our mental health. It will address how we are in the boardroom. It will address also us making the decisions that are right for us first. And I think for me, it took me a while to really, figure out this thing quicker. I really initially thought it was about money, whereas it's not about money, it's about being of service to others. The more I serve others, the more I make sure that others are okay. I then also have to understand that their response into what I'm offering, their thank you, that's the money. That is where the money is. The money is not on me selling stuff. The money is on me solving a problem. And that's a mind shift that I think all entrepreneurs really have to think about that. How am I serving the society that I'm in? How am I making sure that the goals that I've set are not just about me getting rewarded, but I'm being rewarded because of the value I have brought in? And I can't do that when I don't feel secured, when I don't feel I'm okay, when I feel I'm not good enough, when I feel I'm the last person on the list. The day I started putting myself first, that was the day when I claimed the value that I was worth. And that is all that I'm saying. Guys, is anyone who closing remarks with such a big group? So I'm not sure if I'm gonna take everyone's note, but what do you think, guys? We need to learn to start taking care of ourselves. Thank you, Gumnandi. I'm glad someone also feels the same. So some of you are still wondering or not sure of, okay, she said start with your health, but that's not my priority. But I also don't know, maybe you don't know where your priorities should start. I will really advise you to follow through on what I've suggested on your notes. I had indicated that if you are not sure where to start, rather look at the wheel of life. It's called the wheel of life. Do that. I think wheel of life takes about 10-15 minutes to do, and you get a report. It's basically a tool that allows you to assess where you are in your personal life. Entrepreneurs, just remember, you come first. It's important for you to be the best you can be. You will not be the best you can be if you do not take care of yourself. So identify wheel of life where you are, but also the business is just a vehicle that you've chosen to serve the society that you live in. So use it as such. Don't let the business use you and you end up actually not benefiting from actually having a business. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Please do your work and focus on on creating a system. And good luck. I will do the backup of this for those that will have missed or maybe want to listen to this again. Please remember to like and also share the stuff that you are learning. Remember, the more you repeat what you have learned, the better you will also have a better understanding of it. Thank you so much. God bless. Thank you, guys. Bye.